Hey guys, and welcome back to MyLamePerspective. Today, the top mount intercooler, I'm going to show you how to clean this thing up and get it looking like new. I've already been handling it a bit and you can see how dirty that's gotten my fingers, but we've got some engine degreaser, so we'll hose down the whole thing. We'll use some engine degreaser, and then I've got some specialty tools. So this is the 551 Duragloss. It's meant specifically for cleaning aluminum. So we'll use that along with some steel brushes to get this thing looking like new. And then there's some rocks and pebbles stuck within the fins. So we're going to use this pick set that I got from Harbor Freight, and we'll pick out a bunch of the rocks. And then from there, we'll use tweezers to kind of bend some of the fins back into shape. And lastly, just a final rinse off, bend a couple parts that are a little bit bent too far. We'll get those put back to stock. And then this guy will be looking like new and ready to go into the engine. So let me show you what that looks like. The first thing we're going to do is just hit this with some engine degreaser, and then we'll let it soak for a second, and then we'll rinse it down. And because this thing's so dirty, I'm going to take out that brush now and just start going to town on it. So here in the sun, looks pretty good. So all this gunk that's kind of baked in, all that grime, that's what we're going to be using that 551 for. So you guys can see the engine degreaser kind of got that top layer off. And now we can really start going after this to making it look like new. I did hose it down with this, the 551. So it says to wait 1 to 2 minutes and then to rinse it off, and that's all it should take. I'm pretty skeptical that I'm not going to have to scrub at this pretty aggressively, but we will follow the directions the first time just to see what, if any, difference it makes, and then we'll go at it again with the brush. Now that it's had a chance to sit, we'll rinse her off. At this point, I pulled out that hook and pin set, and I found one that was going to work perfect and just started picking out some of the rocks, and then finally we'll move on to fixing the fins. All right, I got some tweezers, and for the record, these are salmon. They're not pink. Alrighty, so for the last step here, I've got the fins where I like them. There's still a couple that aren't perfect, and you could really sit here and nitpick, which I might even do off camera. As you guys can see, these are looking better. There's a couple spots where I'm missing some red paint. So what I'm going to try to do is I have this engine duplicolor paint. I'm going to see if I can just touch up the spots that are missing. So I'm just going to hit this all one more time. All right, you guys, well, there is the top mount intercooler. So as you can see, it's still not perfectly clean on top, but way better than it was. And then the STI, I touched up with some red paint. I think that really helped it out just to kind of define it and make it look like new, since I didn't have a stencil to make it look better. And then we'll take a look at the back here. Back is still pretty dirty, but you're not going to see that, so I wasn't as worried about getting it clean. But again, it's way better than it was. There we go. So pretty easy job. I think that probably took me about maybe 2 hours or so. And I think adjusting the fins probably took the most amount of time. So if that helped you out, be sure to leave a thumbs up down in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from them. Maybe there's things I could have done differently or different cleaners I could have used. But let me know what your experience has been with an STI intercooler, and we'll hear from you in the next episode. Thanks so much, you guys. Take care. Thanks for watching till the end. If you want to see more of my Subaru Forester XT build, go back to my channel. I have a whole build series documenting the process.